Ever wondered if what you know is fact or fiction? We live in an age where information is as plentiful as the air we breathe. But just as the air can be polluted, so too can our information. It's a world where myths, often cloaked in the guise of truth, can seep into our understanding and shape our perception of reality. You see, myths are fascinating creatures. They're born out of our collective imagination, seeping into our daily lives, often without us even realizing it. These stories, these beliefs, they're passed down from generation to generation, whispered in hushed tones or blared out loud on social media platforms. They can be as harmless as believing in the tooth fairy or as dangerous as misconstruing medical advice. And often these myths are accepted as facts. Why? Because they're comfortable, easy to digest, and they often offer simple explanations to complex phenomena. But comfort doesn't always equate to truth. And that's where the power of misinformation comes into play. Misinformation, much like a myth, is a twisted form of reality. It's a distorted mirror reflecting a world that isn't quite accurate. And the danger lies not in its existence, but in its acceptance. When misinformation is believed, it can shape actions, influence decisions, and even alter the course of history. That's why debunking myths is so crucial. It's not about shattering beliefs or ruining childhood memories. No, it's about pursuing truth, about peeling back the layers of fiction to reveal the fact underneath. It's about equipping ourselves with the right information, about challenging our understanding and pushing the boundaries of what we know. In today's digital age where information is readily available, it's our responsibility to sieve through the noise, to question, to probe, and to debunk. It's our duty to separate fact from fiction, to shine a light into the shadows of the unknown and to reveal the truth that lies beneath. So, are you ready to dive deep into the world of myths? Ever dropped your favorite cookie and picked it up, justifying the 5-second rule? Well, here's a reality check. This popular belief has been around for ages, but it's high time we debunk it. It's a common misconception that bacteria are courteous enough to wait for 5 seconds before they contaminate your food, but alas, they are not. Let's think about it. Microorganisms are everywhere, and they're not known for their patience. The moment your cookie kisses the floor, it's a free-for-all for these microscopic invaders. They latch onto your food faster than you can say 5-second rule. Size, type, and moisture content of the food, along with the cleanliness of the floor, can affect the rate of contamination, but the bottom line remains the same. 5 seconds is more than enough time for bacteria to transfer. So, the next time your snack takes a tumble, think twice before you apply the 5-second rule. Did you ever fear that swallowed gum would stay in your stomach for 7 years? Well, it's time to bust this myth wide open. Our digestive system is a marvel of nature, perfectly equipped to handle a wide variety of substances, including the occasional piece of wayward chewing gum. Here's how it works. When you swallow something, it travels down the esophagus and into the stomach, where it's broken down by stomach acids. Most swallowed items then continue on to the small intestine, where nutrients are absorbed. Anything left over is passed into the large intestine and eventually out of the body. Now it's true that our bodies can't digest the synthetic components of chewing gum, but that doesn't mean it stays in your stomach for 7 years. Instead, it simply passes through the digestive system and is excreted, usually within a day or two. So, no more nightmares about swallowed gum staying in your gut for years. Believe in the saying, lightning never strikes the same place twice? Well, let's shed some light on this age-old myth. Contrary to popular belief, lightning does, in fact, strike the same place more than once. Take the Empire State Building, for example. It's known to be struck by lightning around 23 times a year. Now, let's get a little scientific. Lightning is an electrical discharge caused by imbalances between storm clouds and the ground, or within the clouds themselves. These imbalances need to be neutralized, and nature does this through a lightning strike. So, if a location like a tall building or a lone tree is providing the path of least resistance, then lightning, being the efficient phenomenon it is, will strike that location repeatedly until the imbalance is corrected. So, the next time you hear someone say, lightning never strikes the same place twice, you'll know better. Remember, lightning can strike anywhere, anytime, and yes, even twice. Ever blamed your child's hyperactivity on a sugar rush? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but that's what we are here for. Let's dive into the sweet world of sugar and see if it really is the culprit behind those bouncing off the walls moments. Picture this. Your child just had a candy bar or a piece of cake at a party, and within minutes they're running around like a whirlwind, bouncing off the walls and talking a mile a minute. You might think, Ah, the infamous sugar high. But is that really what's happening? Back in the day, it was widely accepted that sugar was the main cause of hyperactivity in children. But as we fast forward to the 21st century, and with the advent of more comprehensive research methods, the tables have turned. Numerous studies have been conducted to explore the relationship between sugar and hyperactivity, and the results might surprise you. One such study, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, found no significant difference in behavior between children who had consumed sugar and those who hadn't. In another study, parents were told their children had been given a sugary drink when in fact, it was sugar-free. Interestingly, those parents reported that their children were more hyperactive, even though they hadn't consumed any sugar at all. The conclusion? There's no substantial evidence to suggest that sugar directly causes hyperactivity. It seems the sugar high is more of a psychological construct than a physiological reality. So the next time your child has a burst of energy after a sweet treat, remember, it might not be the sugar's fault. It could be the excitement of the occasion, the environment, or just their natural energy levels at play. Don't get me wrong, consuming excessive sugar isn't healthy. It can lead to obesity, tooth decay, and other health issues. But as far as turning your child into a hyperactive tornado, the science doesn't back it up. So, sugar high? More like a sweet lie. How do you feel having some of your long-held beliefs shattered? Indeed, what a journey we've embarked on today, puncturing holes in some of the most common myths that have been passed down through generations. We've pried open the door to the unknown, only to reveal that what we thought to be true was often just an illusion, a mere figment of our collective imagination. We've debunked the age-old 5-second rule, proving that bacteria do not wait for your food to hit the 5-second mark before they latch onto it. We've swallowed the myth of swallowing gum, confirming that your body will not hold onto it for 7 years. We've weathered the storm of the lightning never strikes twice myth, and found that lightning does in fact have no issue with repeat performances. And let's not forget the sweet lie of the sugar high. We've dissolved the notion that sugar intake directly leads to hyperactivity in children, acknowledging instead that the environment and expectations play a more significant role. In each of these instances, we've highlighted the importance of questioning, of not accepting information at face value. It's crucial to seek evidence, to dig deeper, to challenge what we think we know. Because often the truth is far more complex and fascinating than the myth. It's easy to get caught up in the allure of myths, their simplicity, their seeming logic. But remember, they are just that, myths. They are stories, narratives, and not always the truth. The world around us is a complex web of facts, and it's our responsibility to untangle it, to discern fact from fiction. So, let's continue to probe, to question, to seek. Let's continue to bust myths and uncover truths. Because in this journey of discovery, it's not just about finding answers, it's also about learning to ask the right questions. Remember, in the battle of myths versus facts, always let the truth prevail.